Hey people, hope you're doing well. I'm Hannah, thanks for being here. Whether you're just catching my channel for the first time or whether you're joining me again. I've not been on camera for a while for responsibility purposes, because I don't know, those of you who are not new will know that some very bad people stalk me and cloak my energy and do bad things in the world with it. So that's why I've not been posting any readings. However, my nose has been itchy for about, over 2 hours. And the earth's been rumbling. And I'm just feeling very rooted, like there's just a lot of balanced root chakra energy. And so I want to read from the Soulful Woman deck and see what wants to come through. And then I've got the chakra alignment or chakra insight cards to see if there's anything that we can do to kind of keep balanced during these very strange and volatile times. Yeah, as soon as I picked up this deck, my nose stopped itching. It's really weird. But yeah, the earth is rumbling. There's a lot of smaller magnitude earthquakes. I'm not saying they're not doing any damage. I mean like in the 4s and the 5 measurement. However, some of them might be natural, but I'm just not convinced that they all are. And I think some are nuclear tests. They're like planned explosions. So, yeah. And then some of them are like being done kind of like to mirror astrological events, to make them look synchronistic, which I just think these Satanists are just getting ridiculous now about in regards to like thinking they are God and playing God, and it's just bizarre. Like, bizarre. Anyway, Mama, what do you want to say? So obviously this is a feminine deck. So it's in the realms of the waters and the land. Well, it's in all the elements, really. Oh my God, there's an itch again. What was that? Feminine law of attraction. As the itch came. What do you want to say? Ageless beauty. With grace, dignity, and strength, I grow into the unique texture of my feminine soul. Sorry about the reflection. I don't really know what to do about that. And on the thing it says mi corazón, which is Spanish for my heart. And it has roses in it. So obviously Real beauties have thorns. Something about, I don't know. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that, actually. It's number 5. Yeah, there's just a lot of peace. It's like, it's almost like peace through change. Just remaining balanced through change, because you've been through the challenges to build the resilience, to earn your stripes, earn your thorns. Savouring the positive, yeah. So you're not really seeing the challenges as challenges anymore. You're not really seeing challenges as the same. You're not seeing like disasters with the same eyes, like with the same viewpoint. I allow myself the spaciousness of savouring the delicious gifts in my life. So even in like negative situations, or negative situations that seem negative on the outside. Oh my god, my nose. I don't know what an itchy arm means either, an itchy left arm. So confirmation, even through negative situations, you're maintaining like a positive attitude, and taking like positive lessons from it, which is really, really good. Or if you're not in a situation where you are doing that, that's the advice. But I think it is that you have that skill set because of everything that you've lived through. To be graceful, it's like grace under pressure. And then you like I don't know, I wasn't really expecting this to be like a personal reading, but it does feel like a personal reading. Or like for a select few people. Yeah, it feels like really small, like really specific. Yeah, you just not what's the word? You might be like engaging in these situations, but it's like really from a, like it's not just doing things because everything's rushed and everything's busy and crazy and blah blah blah. You really like just any engagement is like from a place of stillness. So it's almost like you get into yourself, like get you go inwards, and then you move. Yeah, I don't really know how it's hard to find the words for the feelings, because it's not really any, I mean, it's just really it's just doesn't really cut it to say zen or balanced. You go inwards, and then sometimes you don't do it, like you are doing things, but only in response to what you're sensing within yourself, not necessarily that in like responding to the outside, not necessarily reacting to the outside. I hope that makes some sense. Confirmation. So that is definitely a message for somebody. Oh, that's 2. Enlightenment power. I'm a woman choosing the power of my own consciousness as a vehicle for my own growth. What was I just trying, like, this card, man, it's like God was making me suffer trying to get the words out, and then this card came out and just said it loads better. You know, she's kind of mostly covered up, so YouTube can fuck off. But yeah, that's someone like just zen and just being with themselves. And stuff might be going on around you, but you're still grounded within yourself. And then the power of support. I'm grateful for all the love and support I receive. It is the most precious of life's gifts. And like, even if that's not like support from people, but only it's like support from the universe or from God or whatever you want to refer, like a higher power, support. There's feeling supported, and then this is like talking about the gratitude for feeling supported. So that might resonate with people, because it is, to acknowledge that you feel supported is one thing, and that could be that just you feel supported by yourself, or you feel supported in yourself, or you feel supported by other people. But feeling like gratitude for feeling supported is like another layer, another a layer or deeper sense of connection with yourself, and then with others as well, or with God. Do you want me to take any more from this? What has all this got to do with the Earth's rumblings, though? What has all this got to do with the Earth's rumblings? I suppose you're just staying steady. It's almost like you're not bothered. I mean, you must be bothered, but it's like you're not really. Oh my God, my ear's itchy now. Yeah, not bothered. You might be appearing as not bothered to people, but it's not that. It's just that you're more evolved. So you know where to direct your energy and where not to direct your energy. I actually kind of miss doing readings. Well, I do and I don't. Because I was getting a bit tired of the loved ones. But that's just what kept coming out. I like these ones, these empowering feminine readings. So I did do a few of those, like, there was quite a few of them that came out when I was pulling cards more frequently. I don't know, I just feel like I've not been very articulate in my delivery of this message. So please forgive me. Oh, I didn't actually cleanse, but I might just do that now. I need to finish making a proper cover for this. That will do. I made a little shaker. I like making my own musical instruments. With an old tea container and popcorn kernels. And that's what it sounds like. I think that's it. Do you want me to pull from this anymore? Oh no, there's one that wants to come out. Inner wakefulness, 33. I'm completely awake and tuned into my truth, clarity and inner wisdom. Yeah, that's what this card looks like. And actually, like earlier, before I realised that there was being pestered to like pull some cards and share a reading, it was for sharing. To pull a do a reading that's for sharing. That card did pop up. What's this one? Following my truth. Believing in and following my inner truth helps me live an authentic and empowered life. There's an owl on that one. So I'm talking to like the real hermits out there. the people who like the lifelong learners, the people who go inwards for a daily practice. They're devoted to it, they're committed to it, it's their way of life. That's who I'm talking to, those feminines. The ones committed to living an authentic life and walking an authentic path. And are persecuted for it. I just did like had a little nugget that came to me. The trials of being a beacon. So he's just like committed to telling the truth, walking in truth, living in truth. 33 is a master number as well. So the way that you connect with your intuition could be very masterful. Confirmation. Confirmation. Let's get some chakra cards. Throat chakra. Emotions. But yeah, that's sacral. Express your emotions. You might be being called to base chakra, money. Yeah, your money's connected to your roots. Yeah, you might be being called to express your emotions. I feel supported. I feel grateful. I feel loved. Communication. That's the card. That self-expression, exchange, sharing, connection. So if you're just being by yourself, you're being called to express your feelings. Share your feelings to connect more deeply with others. Throat chakra, it came out. Home. Shelter, safety, nurture and warmth. Sharing your feelings and communicating is going to deepen your sense of home. And then expand your inner awareness. Make you more connected. Make you more enlightened. Make you live in honesty and truth. I mean, it's all a journey. Like, I'm not perfect. I'm not brilliant at it. Not that I have people to practice with anyway. I live a solitary life. But sometimes you just need, like, well, really, this is if a society functioned properly, people would be doing this sort of work with in their marriages. Like, and then you would be an example, and then from there that would be your example that then would set the standard for, you know, what you'd expect and how you would interact and share and communicate with others. Because we do need to develop more intimacy in society, because I think that's missing. I think there's just a lot of lust everywhere, and a lot of toxic femininity and toxic masculinity. It's like a bit of it's a disease. I've talked about it a lot on my channel. I just don't want to really think that's just a bit of an aside that I don't want to get distracted with. But we just don't have that structure in society anymore. I don't know why it's such a... I don't know, like, that traditional respect for partnerships. Don't know where it is. That's why, like, there's no one here, you know. I don't personally think it's too much to ask, but it's almost like, I mean, like, it can be done, but you just need to find the person who wants to, you know, walk that path. Because it's like, it's paths of... It's not an easy path, it's non-linear. And it's not like focused on outcomes, it's the process, and then you don't know what breakthroughs or what's going to come from the process of having discourse and dialogue, or what lessons you're going to learn, or how you're going to grow from whatever comes up to be addressed, and then you might not even know what actually transpires, like, as a result of being open. You might not even know that you had those things to look at until something forces it open, kind of thing. Yeah, money's come up again. And then desires, goals, passion, craving, fulfillment. So yeah, like, you can't get on the same page about, like, what you want to achieve together. Like, you need us to do all of this to forge a path, to grow together and learn together and build together. So I wasn't really expecting this to be about desires has come up again, action, movement, perseverance, discipline, motivation. Yeah, you won't know how to act without this kind of communication, if that's what you're interested in. If you want, like, this kind of, to do this deep kind of soul work, because once you spent a long time by yourself doing this kind of inner work by yourself, it gets to the point where just doing it by yourself, you don't grow anymore. You need to then kind of, like, introduce other people into the dynamic where then you can then expand further. But not everyone's worthy of this kind of intimacy. You have to gut instincts. Not everyone's worthy of this kind of, being involved in this kind of development and growth and ascension process. So, I mean, I don't know what this is referring to. Like, it could be a romantic relationship, third eye, crown chakra. This is for ascension. This is higher level commitment. This is talking to people. I feel like the message is starting to, make more sense now. This is for women or feminines, not necessarily women. Feminine dominant energy. Well, it's for all, really, because we all have feminine and masculine energy. But I really feel like I'm talking to women here. Who have spent a long time working on themselves, being committed to getting to know themselves as deeply and as honestly as possible, and do have that high level connection with God, and that are now looking for something like that on earth. I definitely fit into that category. I don't know where those people are, I'm not gonna lie. And it's kind of a bit of a trap, because like, you're never going to have the same relationship with another person as you do with God. Like, it's just not going, it's just facts. Like, humans are always going to be underwhelming. Disappointed. Humans do human things. Like, humans disappoint you. Humans don't have as much patience. Humans don't have as much grace. Humans don't have as much mercy. Humans don't have as much compassion. Humans are selfish. Humans are destructive. Humans have vices. Humans prefer devil land. Sexuality, openness, sharing, beauty, honour. So you might be ready to actually, like, be in a marriage, like, really fully commit and be in a marriage and be with someone. Self-expression, yeah. And like there's a difference between, like, lust and just being mechanical. But when you're with like the right person, being intimate sexually is like a form of like honest expression within the partnership. And it can also be a vehicle for those sorts of emotional, intimate, kind of deepening intimacy. I don't even know why this is like, I just feel like this is not the reading I thought it was going to be. In my head, I was thinking, why was I like thinking about the rumbling, the earth rumbling? And then Faith came out. That was so funny. Hope, support, miracles, spirituality. It's almost like, remember to look up. Like, forget about the rumblings under your feet. Remember to look up to the sky. Saying that actually like makes me sad, because in Gaza, like, and also here, with these fucking drones all the time, like looking to the sky, it just doesn't feel the same. But if you can envisage that the warplanes and the drones are not there, and just remember to look at the sky is supportive. The earth is the mother and the sky is the father. And Jesus believed that. Which people just want to forget. That Jesus is very connected. Just saying that the cards just like almost levitated as I brushed past them. It was like like they got blown in the wind. So that's a definite confirmation. Inner child and intuition. Yeah, that's how Jesus walked. Playfulness, lightheartedness, innocence, wonder. Trust, insight, awareness, and guidance. I'm just really emotional now. I don't know. Makes me sad because there's all of this fake, you know, this really artificial, enforced push, all of this narrative about, because literally the earth is burning and these crazy evangelicals feel like they have to set fire to everything for Jesus to return. But Jesus is not going to return in the way that they say that or believe that. Like, it's like you have to become, through doing the inner work, confirmation, like this in your own life. That's how you walk with Jesus. That's how Jesus, you know, that's how you have Jesus in your life. But it's not an easy path. It's like, I don't know. I say it a lot, but for me, Jesus is not a saviour. he's not. He's a healer. He's a healer. Yeah, that's true, because I'm starting to cry now. And when I cry, that's when I'm closest to God. Is there anything else that wants to come out? I've got really small hands, and it's really hard to shuffle the bigger cards like this. Inspiration, yeah, Jesus should be an inspiration and an example of how to heal your inner child. Shed all the layers of trauma so you can connect to your intuition more powerfully. Like, heal yourself so you can be a healer in other people's lives, not someone that goes around causing more trauma and causing more chaos. I mean, sometimes you have to, like, healing trauma is not, it's not nicey-nicey. It's not like all there, you know, it's not a light thing. I don't want to make light of it. And sometimes you do have to do something a bit chaotic for the good to come at the end. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the people that are deliberately causing destruction, doing these fake these nuclear tests and making them look like earthquakes. All of these fires that have been set, they're all in the name of stealing land. These fake invasions, you know, Zionists, they've not got enough. They've not stolen enough already, have they? But it's almost like they just they also believe as well that eclipses are like, when there's a total eclipse, that's a sign of the end times. And there's 2 total eclipses coming in the near future. Confirmation. So I bet that they're doing all this crazy stuff. I'm telling you, man, this reading has taken so many turns. I kind of feel like I shouldn't even post it, because these crazies, they're just, you know, the fucking STDs of society. I don't think I got my sentences out, because my brain was working way faster than the words could come out. Yeah, but the Talmudic terrorists, they believe that eclipses are like a sign of the end, which is not true. It's not true. It's change and transformation. Change and transformation. And those retards, yeah, they want to, like, you know, like with death and rebirth and new cycles and everything, and like when volcanoes erupt, the new ash is to make the land more fertile, isn't it? It's to restore the land. So why does the land need restoration? It's from all of this overdevelopment and all of that stuff at the expense of Mother Earth. But I don't think most of the grumblings are happening are on the... I mean, there are a few volcanoes that are, you know, making a bit of noise. There's one on Tenerife, and there's Etna, Campiflegri. But there's it's just a sign of pressure, like the pressure's got to release. And maybe that's what that's what people might be feeling in their bodies, like the pressure's got to release. I've got to speak my emotions. I've got to communicate. I've got to share. I've got to build intimacy. I've got to be, you know, engaged more in that kind of like feminine aspect of life. But these Talmudi terrorists, they're not doing that. They are like, they are setting fire. They're setting the fires. It's like a satanic ritual. And it's not from like an inward place. It's from a conquest, colonizer, invader. But we're moving away from that. That's toxic. That's the toxicity that everyone's had enough of. That's getting left behind. They can try and engineer all of that stuff and keep people stuck in the same sort of cycles, like keep people repeating the same things. But it's not gonna... you can't stop people from progressing. Like, people's physical reality has got to start matching the inner work that they've been doing and what they've actually worked for and what they've earned and created for themselves. And because people are a bit slow about actually, like, you know, balancing that out themselves, then Earth has been making noise. But like I said, I just do think some of them, there is some taking advantage, and really, like, this just, it just feels like really dark, occult, trying to manipulate astrological events because they're not in their favour. And it's just like, you can't do that. Like, what kind of audacity? They think they're bigger than the universe, these metaverse freaks. Obsessed with, like, video games. They're obsessed with colonizing land or space or Mars or the moon or whatever they keep going on about, setting up a base there. Like video games. Stake your flag. Do the killing or set fire to the land. You know, I mean, not to diminish, you know, the loss of, you know, if you lose loved ones in fires, or, you know, losing your house and everything like that. But with so much forest being burned, they're killing lots of bee colonies en masse. That's a disaster. It's not funny, Hannah. That is a disaster. I think that's it now. I think that's it. I just think, yeah, like, to conclude, I think this took me ages to kind of get what this message was supposed to be. But the rumblings are supposed to bring closeness. Yeah, the rumblings are supposed to bring closeness. And so it'll bring closeness in the realm, with the people, and with in the arenas where the people are doing this. So the people who are involved in this, like, you know, practices of self-inquiry, self-development, self-improvement, growth, you know, I don't really like using the word enlightenment, but, you know, just always striving to be better. And, you know, honor, you know, like, just see themselves as lifelong learners, you know, positively engage with introspection. For those kinds of people, there will be closeness, but then there will be repulsion when it comes to the toxic folk. The repulsion will be even clearer. I hope that makes sense. That they're just like people that want to keep you in the past, keep you going around the same cycles, never healing from. They're trying to prevent, like, generational curses from being broken and things like that, when there's actively people, there's more souls than ever being, you know, generationally curse breaking at this time. So good luck with that one. I mean, you're never going to win that. But they just always want to find trauma to latch on to keep that open, because they're siphoning energy all the time. They're energy harvesters. I mean, I saw the most ridiculous thing today. I don't like to call them settlers, because they're really not settlers. They're criminal gangs. Like, Talmudi terrorists is more appropriate, I think. There was a Talmudi terrorist that said one Zio is worth 10 million Palestinians. That's all of us. That is them doing their energy harvesting. It's their law of assumption bullshit of literally trying to speak things into existence, trying to harvest our energy as if it's one for one person. So come on now. When I say those people need their own, these Zionists and these evangelicals who are trying to force the return of the Messiah, they need their own DSM-5 classification, because it's not just Delulu. That it's really not just Delulu. That is something. I don't know what that is. It's a mental disorder, definitely. It's an entitlement disorder. It's an identity disorder. Everything about them is just disordered. But like, I find a lot of things about them weird, but the most thing I find about them weird is that they're so like arrogantly express that they're chosen. When you're chosen, you're like Jesus. Jesus wasn't arrogantly going around telling everyone that he was chosen, or Muhammad. They weren't arrogantly going around telling everyone that they were chosen by God. They were just too busy in the trials. They were just out doing their missions. So I don't know why you would want to parade that anyway. Like, it's just barbaric to me. I don't know why you would want to be a chosen person. It's not an easy path. Especially when you have to deal with agitators like that for your whole lifetime, when they've just marked you for your whole lifetime. That is they don't understand that is their literal job. That is their literal job in your life. And that's all. The purpose is to help you ascend, and they do it every time, because you always grow, and they're still the same one-trick ponies. The literal same one-trick ponies, but they just have new tools like AI to do the same, to repeat the same cycles, keep the same tricks going. They just have new tools at their disposal. But the ones that have done the inner work, they're gonna know. They're gonna know the difference. They're gonna know the difference, and they'll get closer. Yeah. I don't really know if I'm saying that right. There'll be rumblings. There'll be rumblings, but it's gonna be healing for people who've done the inner work and are lucky enough to have someone where they can grow, grow in faith, grow in love, grow as a person, where they can actually learn from those sorts of situations. And bonds grow, strengthen as a result. Or like I said, for me, Zios and everything they do just gets more and more repulsive with every passing day. They just get more and more disgusting. I mean, I'm not really a big fan of colonizing other parts of the solar system, but I wouldn't say no to Elon Musk shipping all the colonizers off, all the people with that mentality that are trying to invade other countries that have had no issues for centuries. Fucking weirdos. Just because they want to set up a base, that's another thing. Just want to set up, video games. It's fucking nonsense. They don't understand boundaries. They don't understand boundaries. So they definitely teach you that. They not in nice ways, but they definitely teach you that, and they teach you to nurture your weaknesses into strengths. Yes, that's what they do. You always end up better. They just get more and more demonic. Yeah. They just get more and more demonic as time goes on. But this is the feminine rising. The feminine rising is people starting to use that kind of language. Not be afraid of saying, to have that intimacy and express their feelings as like, it's just like just being normal. Yeah, not the cookie cutter, not the like, you can just tell when people put like, use emotion words just as a buzzword. You can tell when people do that, and when it's actually someone who is like feeling into their body to understand like what a pain is and what that pain's trying to tell them, and then translate that pain into what the emotion is, and then try to understand why they're feeling that way, and whether it's something that's happened like in the present, or whether it's an old emotion that's from the past in this lifetime, or from the past in another lifetime, or whatever it is, or if it's an emotion from like an unfulfilled desire or something. You can tell the people that are doing that kind of thing than the people who just are like emotional manipulators that just put emotion words in as buzzwords to sound good. Psyos do that. Like, they're the ones who like study, like learn psychology to be the best psychopath that they can be. They don't do inner work. They study everyone else. They don't go deep within themselves. As a general rule. I mean, I did post a podcast at the weekend, which I've not like seen a podcast that I watched all the way through like that for ages, and was genuinely like interested in the person's story, and that was of a Zionist that did do the inner work, and basically that's how you get redemption from God. So that's the struggle with faith, which is also a word that begins with J that people like to use for their own extremist agendas against people that are actually doing the work, the spiritual work. And on that note, it's an hour. God, I don't know where the time's gone. Yeah. Thanks for being here. I don't know if I introduced myself. I'm Hannah. I don't know the next time I'm going to post anything. Like I said, I was just being annoyed by an itchy nose for the best bit of 2 hours or more. And here we are. Yes, I don't know. Like, yeah. Yeah, I don't want my energy to be stolen anymore. Like, it's prostitution, essentially. Which is a shame that I have to live like that. But it's circumstances. I still produce consistently, but I just don't really feel inclined all the time to, which is a shame because I don't have a normal audience or anything. If this has found you, you've got through a whole shit ton of restrictions because I've been doxxed. Yep. So yeah, I don't know. Let me know if this found you and if any of it resonated. If it didn't, it doesn't matter. Don't make things fit. Yeah, don't make things fit. And it's for whenever you find it on your journey, your actualization path. That's it. Take care. Love you. Bye.